Hi guys. So the setup looks a little bit new. I did a bunch of furniture rearranging yesterday and I did not take into account my live streams, so things are a little wonky. I just hung a bathroom towel over this window to try to help with the lighting. Next week will be better, hopefully. But how are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. So I currently have my laptop propped up on my husband's toolbox to try to get a good angle. We're definitely doing a little extra today, but we're going to make it work. So happy Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well. I decided to do the early afternoon live chat this week instead of, late morning. So honestly, I just kind of needed the extra time this morning. Had just a low-key, kind of lazy morning, obviously. I'm still technically in my pajamas. It's just one of those days. You guys been having a lazy Sunday or a productive Sunday? I asked this last week. I thought it was kind of interesting to see everyone's different schedules. I am drinking a Great Value Caramel Cappuccino K-Cup this morning, or this afternoon, I guess. It's delicious. So yeah, I've had some really, really big wins this week in terms of the budget. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that and hear how you guys are doing with your goals. We are ending February. March starts tomorrow, and it's so exciting because it's a Monday, and it's the first of the week, and it's the first of the month, and that's just like magic in terms of productivity, in my opinion. Hi, Kat. How are you? Yes, definitely improvising today with the setup. If you guys could see what I was looking at, you would laugh. Yeah. Oh, you're at work, Krista. I'm sorry you had to work on a Sunday. That's no fun. I never get out of my PJs on Sunday. I am currently working on getting laundry folded and put away. That's on my list today. You guys know right now, I'm sure that Sunday is my laundry day, and I've yet to start. So definitely some catch up to do. I'll tell you guys what I've been doing all morning. And this is part of those big budgeting wins I was talking about. I got the Switch. You guys know I've been saving for this for, about a month, and I was able to get it a lot sooner than I thought. We got a tax refund this week, so that is exciting. And so I was able to put that money towards a lot of really great things. And I decided to splurge a little bit and go ahead and get this baby, because they actually had it available at my GameStop. The Switches have been kind of hard to find recently. So when I saw that they had it and we got their tax refund and we had the extra money, I took the money that I'd been saving and added it to some more that I pulled out of the refund, and I went and got it. So I've been playing the Switch all morning. I got Link's Awakening, which is a Zelda video game, obviously, and I'm a huge Legend of Zelda nerd, so I was excited about that. So that is why I look like this instead of put together, because rather than getting up this morning and being productive and getting my laundry started and showering and, putting on makeup and doing my hair, I sat and played video games. But I'm super happy with the purchase, and I'm super excited about it. So it was 54 degrees, gorgeous yesterday, but we woke to 3 inches of snow this morning. That is awful. You finally feel like maybe spring's around the corner, and then winter comes in for one last word, right? Oh, sorry to hear that. I mean, I guess if you like winter, that's cool, but working on a load of hanging right now. I haven't done anything this morning, so everyone's kind of in the lazy mindset this Sunday, except for those of you that are working. I kept up with washing it for the most part. It's the folding and putting away I've been behind on. Yeah, if I don't set myself the goal of like taking the clothes out of the dryer as soon as it goes off, I get behind too. So, in addition to the Nintendo Switch, which you guys know I'm excited about, we also were able to take some of that tax refund money and we're going to pay off our Discover card. That was one of my goals for March, and here we are, the end of February, and we're already going to be able to hit that goal. So I am incredibly excited about that. I haven't made the payment yet. Just waiting for a few things to clear my bank account and everything, but that's going to be paid off. I guess technically it'll be tomorrow because I'm going to go in and make that payment first thing tomorrow, and we're going to pay off Discover. And that is the other really big budgeting win this week. I'm thrilled to be able to have that behind me. You guys know that I had paid it almost all the way off, but we still had right around $400 and change to pay towards that card. So we're going to be able to do that. And I am just over the moon about it. So the next step then is deciding what card to tackle. If you guys watched my Debt Snowball update, which I'm going to have to turn around and make a new update video, I kind of was hemming and hawing and going back and forth about what card I wanted to tackle next. A lot of you guys left me some really, really helpful comments on that video, and I think I've decided I'm going to go ahead and tackle Amazon next. It's a huge, huge chunk of debt. It's the highest card yet. But I know I can do it. I just paid off the Discover card, and that was, up there as well. This Amazon card has a pretty similar balance as the one that we just paid off, and so it's going to take us a little while, but I think that that's what I'm going to pay off next. I think it's going to really help overall with saving us money because we're paying so much in interest on that card. And then once we pay off that card, which is going to take us a few months, then we'll go back and pay off the Lowe's card that we just had to use to buy the refrigerator. So it's on a 0 interest deal right now. It won't start accumulating interest until February of 2022. But so technically I could wait and have that be like my last card. But I want to go ahead and tackle it just because I don't want to end up having to pay interest. You never know what's going to happen. If the pandemic has taught me anything, it's to be prepared and expect the unexpected. So I think that's going to be the plan. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry you're having issues with your internet. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Congrats on paying off the Discover card. You guys rock. Thank you. In the past, anytime we've ever had a tax refund, we would just go and shop. And like I said, I did a little bit of shopping. I felt kind of guilty about it, if I'm being honest, but I kind of talked myself into it because I knew that it was something I was going to purchase anyway. I was going to save up for it. I had already saved about half of what I wanted to spend with this. We also, in addition to getting our tax refund, we also got some cash back on that Discover card. They had a cash back match thing going on. And so all of the, I just had a brain lapse. All of the extra money that we earned, like the 2% cash back or whatever, all the cash back we earned throughout the last year, they matched it. So we got an extra $197 that I wasn't expecting from that. And so I put that towards the Switch as well. So I'm pretty happy with everything I was able to accomplish. I didn't sit down and film a tax refund budget. I was going to, but ultimately I just wanted to start getting stuff done. I didn't want to wait to start making payments and things. We got a few groceries with the refund. We still have some in the bank that's just kind of bulk up our checking account cushion. And my husband got a nail gun. So that's basically what we did with the tax refund. We're still waiting on our state return. We got the federal, but we haven't got the state yet. So when we get that, that'll be another, I think, $700. It was a pretty big state return this year. I think that's going to go straight towards that Amazon card. So fingers crossed that all works out, but I'm pretty excited about it. If you guys gotten your tax refunds yet, if you are expecting one, I know lots of people with everything going on in the last year had very different tax situations this year than they have previously. But if you're expecting a refund, have you received it yet? And what is your plan for it? Let's see. Victoria says, I'm hoping my refund is deposited this week. Got my extra payments squared away, but this is the second year I haven't been in dire need of my return to keep living. That's wonderful. It's all thanks to the budget mom and working it. Isn't it a great system? Doesn't it feel so freeing to not have to use that extra money that comes in just to make the ends meet? That's awesome. Congratulations, Victoria. I have faith I'll be able to pay off my credit card by the end of 2021, maybe sooner. Krista, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you for tackling that. Bonnie says, I'm bad about doing the laundry, folding it at my table and leaving it there instead of putting it away. At least you fold it, because I have been known to throw it in a basket and just let it sit there for, well, until it's empty, because we'll just dig through and pull out whatever it is we need from it. It's awful, awful habit. Good choice. Proud of you. It's good to feel so freeing. It's going to feel so freeing when you get rid of the Amazon card. I know, Hanan. I am so excited. You guys know I was going back and forth about it. Like, do I want to pay off the Amazon card? Because if it's empty, I might be tempted to use it. But I sat down and kind of thought about it. A couple of you said, put it in the freezer, do whatever you got to do to keep you from using it. But if there's really something that I want to buy, I will use another credit card for it. So getting rid of the Amazon card isn't going to curb my spending. What needs to happen for me to curb my spending is for me to just have some self-control. So that's kind of why I decided to go ahead and tackle the Amazon card next. And, I'm going to just have to figure out a way to keep my spending under control. Honestly, I have done so well with that in the past year or so. I'm not really super worried about it. Although I did make some Amazon purchases this morning. I bought a interior welcome mat and I bought a new top. But both of those things are going to come out of my sinking funds. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, you guys. I'm shaking you all over the place. Bonnie said, that's awesome. I got my refund and I've paid a little on debt. Awesome. But I'm keeping most of it as a cushion. That's great. That's a great way to make use of that. Ours is sitting on a prepaid card from our tax preparer. We are saving it to use in an emergency. That's a great way to use it. Or if my hubby has to miss work, because that's been happening a lot this year. That's a great use of that extra money. We actually didn't have to pay in this year, which is a big one for us. We actually got a little back. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Kat says, no refund for us, but one of our budgeting goals was to save up for a down payment on a home by spring, and we are ready to start the porches on Monday. Congratulations. Thank you, Jesse. Could use your opinion. If you paid off a credit card, would you close it or keep it for one of those just-in-case situations? Debating on keeping or not. Krista, I'm of the opinion that you should, if you can keep yourself under control and not use the card for extraneous purchases, you should keep it. I know that there's lots of people that just cannot trust themselves with credit cards, but contrary to what Dave Ramsey says, I think a credit score is incredibly important. And I think that having a credit card open for that reason is important. In terms of like keeping it for just in case, like sort of like an emergency thing, I would be more apt to encourage you to have an emergency fund for that. But keep a card open for your credit score, that sort of thing, especially if you're considering purchasing a new vehicle or a mortgage or something in the future. But in terms of like just in case, I would absolutely just save and have an emergency fund, because you don't want to have to use your credit card in emergency and pay interest on it. I'm a firm believer in using credit cards, but using them responsibly and paying them off. You know, you can get a lot of rewards points that way. There's a lot of benefits to using credit cards, but I definitely wouldn't count on it as like an emergency fund. At least not long term. Krista says, oh, that was your comment. Sorry. So yeah, that would be my advice in terms of credit cards, but do what works best for you. You know, if you aren't comfortable having it or you think you're going to use it, and it's not something that you really want to be able to fall back on, absolutely cancel it. Just depends on your situation. I shredded our Amazon card a while back and never looked back, and then that is amazing. I seriously considered just leaving it open and shredding it, and I might do that if, you know, if it's tempting me to use it. But I do like the idea of using my Amazon credit card to get the 5% back on my Amazon purchases. We do a lot of Amazon shopping. So if I can do it and pay it off immediately, it'll be a really good tool for me. So shredded all my credit cards and never looked back either. Good job, Kat. Hi, Lady B. How are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. Afternoon, everyone. I missed the beginning. What happened, Jess? I got my tax refund, and we made some big budgeting wins with that, and I'm very, very happy. And my foot's asleep. Oh. Let's see. I will always have my Amazon card, especially for the cash back, and I take out the money out of the, yeah, that's exactly my thing. I want to keep it and reap the rewards from it. Depending on how long you've had it, closing it may plummet your score. Yes, especially if it's your first card you ever opened, I recommend keeping it open for that reason. I have my first ever credit card I didn't get until I was in my 30s. We went a long time without credit cards, but you can see we opened them and rapidly accumulated a ton of debt because we weren't responsible with them. But my first ever credit card was a Capital One card. It was one of the first ones we've paid off, and I use it once a month just to keep it open, and I immediately pay it off. And that way my age of credit doesn't get shortened. Excuse me. Hi, I'm new to the whole debt payoff budget life, and I'm in my 50s. How do I get over feeling like a failure as I see the amount of debt? Just realized how crazy I went during quarantine. Jill, don't beat yourself up. However you chose to get through this quarantine, don't beat yourself up. This is something that none of us could have ever anticipated happening, and I don't think you should kick yourself for dealing with it however you could. You're not a failure. The fact that you have recognized that you went a little crazy and you are tackling it, you are facing it head on, makes you anything but a failure. That makes you a winner, and I'm proud of you for that. Don't kick yourself. Just, keep on keeping on with it. It'll be paid off before you know it. Every single day that you make the choice to pay extra to your debt or to cut your spending. That makes you a winner, 100%. Great advice. Thank you, Kat. Very true. I've had it since 2013 and my credit score is in the 800s. Wow, that's amazing. Ever since I've gotten serious about budgeting, I haven't used it at all. Trying to save up $11,000 for a down payment on a home. Krista, that's wonderful. That is going to be one of our next big goals once our credit cards are paid off, is to start saving for a home, which scares the crap out of me, but I'm excited about it. I don't have any credit cards as I don't trust myself with them. I am currently debt-free. Yeah, Helen, if it's something that you don't think you can use responsibly, by all means, avoid them. There are definitely ways to work around the whole credit score thing. Dave Ramsey talks a lot about how it's not important to have a good credit score or any credit score. So I think it's a lot easier to have a higher credit score in life, but it's definitely not a 100% necessity. Hi, Chrissy. We opened our first credit card right before Christmas to help fund it. It had 9 months, 0 interest. We paid it off in January and haven't closed, but haven't used it either. That's awesome. Chrissy, is your family feeling better? Oh no. What did I miss? Are you guys sick? I hope you're well. Let's see. Take it one bite at a time, hon. You can create the overview of big picture, make your minimums on everything, and focus on one debt at a time. That's wonderful advice. Yes, that's exactly how I do it. I just take it one step at a time, one card at a time, and try not to look at the overall picture if it's too overwhelming for you. Just take your lowest credit card, take that balance, and tackle it. Obviously, pay the minimums on all of your cards, but instead of looking at the big picture and seeing that you have, and I'm just pulling a random number out of the air, say you have $30,000 in debt. $30,000 is a lot of money, and it can be so overwhelming, but maybe you have a credit card that only has $2,000 on it. Take that $2,000 and make that your first goal. That's exactly how I've done it. We started out with a large amount of debt, and now we've managed to cut it down, and, it's not so scary anymore. I feel like I would smash my head through walls trying to use an underwriter. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too, but it's an option. Thanks, friends. Colds, but okay. I'm glad everyone's okay, Chrissy. You scared me for a minute there. I must have missed where you guys were feeling under the weather. I've missed a bunch of your lives lately. I'm so sorry about that. I too missed the beginning. Were the wins included here, or will there be a separate video? I am going to do a separate video talking about it, but the wins were that I am going to pay off my Discover card this week. And I bought myself the Nintendo Switch, which I'm so excited about. And I hit myself in the face with it. So those were the big wins. And there were also other things that I did with that money, like I said, but I just didn't sit down and do a budget video. I should have, but I knew you guys would understand that I didn't. Showing my husband the tools and getting him on board is the worst. We've both been irresponsible. Oh, that's tough when you guys aren't on the same page. Jill, that can be really, really hard. I definitely recommend sitting down, have that budget meeting, talk about what your guys' goals are, how your life could be better without that debt hanging over you. Make sure you guys are on the same page, because it's going to be so much easier if you're both in it together. I've been so lucky. I have a super supportive husband. He's very hands-off with the budget, you guys. He goes, he makes the money. He doesn't have any idea what's in the bank. He doesn't care. He doesn't need me to discuss with him what bills I'm going to pay or what credit card we're tackling next. I do, just sort of as a courtesy, kind of let him know what's going on, but he is completely comfortable leaving those decisions up to me, which makes the whole process a lot easier. As long as he gets his $40 a week to do whatever he wants with, he's happy. And then if he has something above and beyond that, he'll let me know and I'll create a sinking fund for it. He's got his hunting sinking fund. He wanted a new nail gun, so he mentioned that to me, and I made that happen. But, you know, depending on your relationship with your significant other, maybe you guys sit down and do a weekly budget meeting. Maybe it's monthly. Just figure out the best way to kind of communicate. Communication is so important. What? I'm so happy for you, girl. Yes, Chrissy. We got our tax refund this week. So that was super, super helpful. It's a great tool. Anytime that a kind of chunk of money comes in all at once, it feels like we've won the lottery, even though it wasn't a lot. Our tax refund was not very high this year. Still, it was money that I didn't even count for. I wasn't thinking about what we were going to do with that money. I wasn't sure if we were going to, you know, have to pay a bunch in or what the situation was going to be, because Robbie turned 18. So I wasn't sure how that was going to affect things. And I had that extra income. So were we going to be put into a higher tax bracket? I just didn't know. I went in with zero expectation. So the fact that we were able to get some extra money in was wonderful. And I'm so, so happy that we were able to do those things. Mine just loves to have his pocket money. Yes. How I got my husband on board was trying to keep his lifestyle spending as close as possible so he wouldn't feel deprived. Yeah, that's a great tip, Kat. Jesse, by this time next year, you will be sitting here talking about your dream home savings. Oh my God. Just got butterflies in my stomach thinking about that. You're rocking it. Just stay focused. You got this. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope that we can be having this conversation this time next year. I really hope that that's the case. Yeah, that just gave me butterflies to think about. My hubby is all for paying things off ASAP, but he is very uncomfortable with a zero-based budget because he doesn't understand it yet. So we're very slowly working our way to a zero-based budget. You know, zero-based budgets are great because at the end, you have to come up with zero, but that doesn't mean that a large chunk of that isn't extra savings or a checking account cushion. We do a zero-based budget, but we put a lot of money into like rolling it over, saving, that sort of thing. So you'll get there. I have probably the weirdest situation. My husband and I have totally separate finances and live in different states. We don't want to divorce. Seeing each other a few times a year works for us. Laura, whatever works for you. There's plenty of people out there that have their finances completely separate. Each of you do your own thing. That if it works for you, go for it. Sure, you don't need the content, but you could still create a what I did video. Yeah, I'm going to do sort of like a wrap up, me talking about what we've done and what we're doing moving forward. I don't want to do like another debt snowball update because I just kind of did that. So I think it's going to just be like a chit chat video where I talk just like this, essentially. I haven't really figured it out yet, but that'll go up next week. I'm going to talk about what I did with my tax refund and what we're doing moving forward. Laura, that would be my dream marriage. That's funny. Thanks. The meeting is in 3 hours. Married for 29 years. It will be tough, but not fun. Thanks again. Now to go get ready. Keep up the great work you do. I appreciate you all. Okay, Jill. Have a great, great Sunday. Best of luck to you. Laura, that sounds like a healthy relationship to me. Victoria says, yep, my zero-based budget is $1,000 cushion. Yeah, absolutely. We have all kinds of money. That's subjective, right? But we have a lot of money that is wrapped up in like checking account cushions / rollover / whatever you want to call it. And it works for us. 5 baskets folded, 3 more to go. Why do I do this to myself? Wow, that's a lot of folding all at once. I like to save up my folding though, like I've said before, put on something on YouTube or on TV and watch and sip a cup of coffee while I fold. Gives me an opportunity to sit for an extended period of time without feeling guilty. I have been watching this past couple of weeks with my husband. We've been watching Alias, which is a show that we watched years ago. It's got, what is that actress's name? I can't remember her name. But it's like a spy TV show that my husband loves. We've been watching that together. I've been watching Lost with my youngest son. I have been begging someone, Jennifer Garner, thank you. I could not remember her name. I've been begging someone in my family to watch Lost with me because it's like one of my all-time favorite shows, and nobody in my house was interested in it at all. So Austin and I made a deal. I've been watching WandaVision with him, which is not really my thing, but it's definitely his thing, and he wanted someone to share it with. So I've been watching that with him, and in exchange, he's been watching Lost with me. Now, obviously, there's a lot more episodes of Lost than there are of WandaVision, so it might take us a while to get through. We're kind of watching like one and one. We're a few episodes into season 1 of Lost together, and it's been so much fun for me to share that with him. Did you guys watch Lost? I love it. And then the other thing that I have been watching lately, This Is Us, obviously. It's like my heart. Love that show so much. So I kind of have like different TV shows and movies and stuff that I watch depending on who I'm with or what we have going on. But that's kind of what I've been watching. What have you guys been watching lately? I love to talk about TV, you guys. I'm a TV fanatic. By staying focused and saying no to temptations, we are now so close to buying a beach house in Florida, which is our goal. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. That is so inspiring. Good job. Living in Minnesota, traveling south in the winter is so important for our family. That's wonderful. Congratulations. It's important to have goals, but you need a plan to get you there. You totally got this. Thank you. Thank you. Can't wait to hear these wins. I have a rollover and cushion, puts my mind at peace, just in case I get a little crazy on Amazon. Girl, you know that's me. Yeah, Jennifer Garner. My husband has a major crush on her, so. Bradley Cooper. Been so long since I watched Alias myself. Yeah, it is on Prime. That's where we've been watching it and loving it. We watched it, like I said, years ago when it was airing. And it's been so long that we've pretty much forgotten all the plot points. So it's like it's brand new again. So I'm loving it. Oh my God, Jesse, if I lived closer, I would totally watch it with you. That's one of my favorites. I love it. I never watched Lost while it was airing. It was sort of that thing where I kind of blew it off because everybody was talking about it. And my initial response anytime anything is like super major hyped up is to blow it off and not want to follow the crowd and watch. But I watched it for the first time maybe 5 years ago, just because there was nothing else on. And I finally said, fine, let's see what all the fuss is about. And I could kick myself for waiting so long to watch it because it was totally worth the hype. I know everybody hates the ending, but I actually really liked the ending of Lost. And I think because I didn't watch it while I was airing, and so I didn't invest 6 whole years of my life into it, there wasn't that sense of disappointment that a lot of people had. But I loved it, and I continue to watch it over and over again. I think the cast is amazing. I think that the storyline is amazing. It's got a little bit of that like sci-fi spin, which I love. That's the other thing I've been watching is Fringe, which is very, very, very sci-fi. And it's got Joshua Jackson in it, who I'm in love with. So that's kind of the other thing. I've got a lot of balls up in the air with TV lately, I noticed. I watch a lot of TV, you guys. I'm home by myself a lot of the time. And so I always have something going on in the background while I'm doing dishes or while I'm cleaning or working or whatever. So I watch a lot of TV. Oh boy. And I keep talking too much and your comments scroll right by. Sorry, you guys. How has decluttering gone? really, really well this past week. We had a lot of wins just in general this week. I think knowing that it's the end of the month and I need to start thinking about next month's goals, I kind of scrambled and did a lot this week. I haven't tackled any closets. Chrissy, I know you'll be disappointed, but I really don't have closets in my house anyway. But I have been decluttering a lot, getting rid of things, rearranging furniture, kind of starting my deep cleaning. Like I do my spring cleaning in March. So yeah, I've been doing pretty well. I'm pretty proud of myself. My quiet time in the evenings is spent watching series on Hulu and Netflix. Okay, what are you watching, Bonnie? I'd love to hear about it. I'm either on YouTube, budgeting videos, or Oxygen, investigation, discovery, sometimes women's entertainment. Is that what we is? But usually just... Oh, yeah, okay. Usually just investigation, discovery. Gotcha. I'm a little slow this morning, or this afternoon. Decluttering here has not been the best, and I will do more this week. Too much at one time. Yeah, Chrissy, don't overwhelm yourself with too much because it'll just make you want to do nothing. At least that's how it works with me. Amazon Prime Video has a series, Tell Me Your Secrets. Very good. I've seen that advertised a few times while we've been watching Alias, so I'm definitely going to check that out. It seems very up my alley. How happy is your hubby with the new coffee maker? All right, Eric. He just walked in. I'll ask him. What do you think of the Keurig?
It never stops working.
Never stops working. We love it, but we have gotten so lazy, you guys. All we use are the K-Cups, which is awful. Awful. I bought it thinking we were going to do K-Cups during the week, and then we'd do pots of coffee on the weekend. I can't remember the last time we made a full pot of coffee.
Well,
so
if I remembered to set it up, then it would be fine, but I never did.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's got the automatic thing where you can set it up so it'll brew in the morning. And if we remembered to do that, we would use it all the time, but we often forget. And then first thing in the morning, who wants to sit around and wait for a whole pot of coffee to brew? So instead, we just use the single cup. We do have the little reusable K-Cup. We've just been lazy about it. So maybe it wasn't the best idea for us to get that because we're just flying through the K-Cups and they're more expensive and they're not great for the environment, but we do love the coffee maker. So take that as you will. This Is Us, Big Sky. I watch a lot of documentaries as well. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of Big Sky. What is that about? Okay, ladies, I'm going to run. Have a blessed day. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day, Marcy. Me either. I was always watching something at that time, okay? I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries and crime shows. I love that. I just watched... what was it?
Casey Anthony?
Yeah, the Casey Anthony story. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I was just watching that the other day. Resident Alien on Sci-Fi is pretty good, funny, dark comedy. I'm going to have to remember that. You guys are giving me some awesome suggestions. The cleaning video to edit after I'm done with laundry. Okay. I can't wait to watch. I love cleaning videos. You guys, I watch cleaning videos all the time, but rarely do I watch them as like cleaning motivation. I know that's what they're there for usually, but there's something just so therapeutic and calming about watching someone else clean. Maybe I should hire a housekeeper and watch them clean my house. I bet that would be amazing therapy. I'm just kidding. Let's see. I think it's women's entertainment. I'm not sure, but it's the home of Snapped. Yes. Yes. My new favorite is Bridgerton. I keep getting recommended that on Netflix. I should check that one out. We're bad about the K-Cups, so at least it's not just me. They're just so darn convenient. I only use K-Cups, but that's because I prefer cappuccinos over coffee. That's what I'm drinking right now, actually. Watching someone clean just makes me feel so relaxed, and I can't clean while or after watching. Okay, so it's not just me. I used to always sit down to try to watch these cleaning motivation videos to get myself amped up and motivated, and then the next thing I know, I've been sitting on the couch for an hour just watching someone else clean. So for me, in terms of motivation, it's turning on loud music and dancing my way through it. And I can't dance, so I'm sure it's hilarious to watch. I just busted out laughing. I like your theory. I should hire a cleaner for my mental health. Yes. I feel like that would be twofold. Not only would it be therapeutic to watch, but it would also be so wonderful to have a clean house at the end of it. I definitely feel like we should be able to deduct that from our like health envelope or something. See, I could justify anything. Love you guys. I only watch happy shows. Can't do scary shows or suspense. I only like feel-good shows like Hallmark. I can see that. There's a lot of craziness going on in the world. I could see totally just escaping into happy TV. I love romantic comedies for that reason. In terms of movies, very rarely will I watch anything like hard-hitting or thrillers or anything like that.
Law and Order.
No, I said movies. TV's different. For some reason, it's different with TV. But with movies, I watch romantic comedies, and I watch movies I've already seen so I know the ending. I get super anxious sometimes thinking about how a movie is going to end, which I know is really weird. So I would rather just watch a movie that I know has a happy ending. Those like twist endings at the end where everything is crap. Did you guys... Sorry. Did you guys watch Remember Me, that movie with... Why can't I remember actors? Is that Robert Pattinson in that movie? The little twist ending at the end of that wrecked me. And I can't deal with that sort of thing. No, thank you. TV I don't seem to mind as much. I don't know why. Some of the coffee K-cups to me are a little too strong. I do use a Keurig, but I use the plastic reusable cups and rinse them out. Yeah, that's what we should do. We have those.
Recommend the Walmart.
Yeah, we really like the Walmart Donut Shop coffee. Both the ground coffee and the K-cups are superb. I was watching all the spring cleaning motivation, and why is that they go out and purchase all new furniture and decor for every single season? It's a YouTube influencer thing, I think, Chrissy. They can link things that way, and they can make the money off the links. Knowing I'm filming it gets me motivated to get it done quick and not procrastinate. Yes, when I was filming cleaning videos, that was highly motivating for me, but just watching them does not work for me. Hallmark is my only thing. Okay. Murder, She Wrote.
God, I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard of that in a long time. I was actually sitting down the other day thinking about watching Quantum Leap, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. I don't know why Murder, She Wrote just reminded me of that. I guess because they're both old. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, so are we. You're right. Thanks for that reminder. You're older than me, though, so.
Yes.
I cannot do scary or horror films. I did okay with Saw 1, 2, and 3. I did like those. And rom-coms, yep. Sometimes I feel like my life could be a Hallmark movie. Oh, interesting.
Mine's horror.
That's just because you clean sewers for a living. Now I love paranormal shows. ID Discovery, etc., but it can't be the last thing I watch before bed or I have nightmares. Yes. Always cleanse the palate with an episode of like Friends or Scrubs or something. Hi, better late than never. Hi, Janice. It's on repeat in Germany. Okay. I ain't got the coin to decorate one time a year, let alone throughout. Agreed. Yeah. There's so much other things that I would rather spend my money on than home decor. Maybe when I buy a house and I have the house of my dreams, I'll want to invest a ton of money into it. For now, I mean, we've put tons of money into this place, but it's been more about like functional changes versus like cosmetic changes. And in terms of like pretty paintings and curtains and stuff, we don't have a whole lot of that going on at all. You guys are kids. You love Quantum Leap too? I love that show. They were actually talking, I think, about doing a reboot of that. Now, I am not all about all of these reboots, like all of these shows getting new seasons. Seems like every time they reboot a show, they just kind of ruin it, in my opinion. But I would be interested to see that. Has there been any reboots that you guys have actually liked, like when they bring an old show back and give it new life? I don't think I've liked any of them that I've seen. I used to watch Murder, She Wrote. Oops. Going too fast. You guys are chatty this morning. I used to watch Murder, She Wrote with my mother. She's the reason I got sucked into Psychos on TV. Yep. Everything I sit to watch, TV or a movie, I end up asleep. Yeah. I've definitely been there. My thing is whenever I sit down to read lately, probably because the only time that I make time to read is right before bed. So I'm like laying in bed, winding down, reading, but I always fall asleep. I've been reading this week, The Lazy Genius Way. So far, so good. I'm liking it okay. I don't think I've gotten far enough into it to gain anything really from it, but I hear that it's life-changing, so we'll see. And then I read Leah Messer's book. You guys know her from Teen Mom 2. Just kind of randomly on a whim. I actually found it as a PDF, I think, somewhere, so I didn't pay to read it. I would never have paid to buy that book, but I actually enjoyed it. Let's see. I had church 12 to 1. Today is my daughter's 21st birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter. So I ran to Sobeys after church to get her a cheesecake. Oh, yum. And a shrimp ring. Double yum. I just did my meal plan and ordered groceries for only $73 for the week. Awesome, Chrissy. I ordered my groceries this morning, and I think I paid around $120, which is awesome because you guys know my budget's $150, but it's just the start of the week, so we may need things throughout the week, so I'm not celebrating just yet. Even still, it would probably be a one-time quality pieces versus everyday season. Yeah, I don't really understand seasonal decor. I tried to get into it. Mostly, like I said, after seeing all these YouTube influencers, I felt like maybe I was doing something wrong by not decorating seasonally. Like maybe I was missing something. Maybe it meant that I wasn't a great homemaker or something, which is dumb. But so I had purchased some decor and stuff that I was putting up seasonally, and it always just stays in the shed and we never pull it out. The only thing we decorate for is Christmas, and that works out just fine for me. There's going to be a birthday drive-by for her tonight. Some of our coworkers are stopping by. I have to ice cupcakes. That sounds delicious. Chrissy, you're the same age as us. Shut it. Oh, Victoria. That's great. Why is this not working? Okay, so this is not scrolling up so I can see the comments I missed. So if I missed any of your comments, I'm sorry, you guys. This is giving me grief. I don't know why it's not working. I actually made a tentative meal plan for this week. We'll see if it works. I did not write out a meal plan this week. I've been really lazy about that. Ever since I stopped using my notebook and just included it in my Franken planner here, I haven't been meal planning, so that's not good. But I mean, we eat every day. I guess that's all that really matters. I heard they are rebooting Punky Brewster. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I had cleaners, but I don't like strangers in my home for more than 30 minutes. Yeah, and if you hire cleaners, do you have to leave and let them clean, or can you stay there? That might put a wrench in my watching the cleaners clean plan. I would probably feel like I was in the way. Plus, if I had cleaners, I would just have to spend all kinds of time cleaning so that my house would be clean for them to come, because I'm like that. I'm neurotic. Like, I would have to clean the house for the cleaners. So maybe it would just be, I guess that's one way to motivate me to clean the house. I don't know. Detailed meal plan really does help cut the grocery bill. It does, yes. It's very awesome, Jesse. However, we do not get to eat out this week. We do get to eat out this week. It's been a long time. I've actually, Chrissy, decided I'm not going to eat out again in March. But we did order a pizza with our tax refund. That was one thing we did do. So my no eating out for February wasn't completely successful, but I kind of justified it by saying, that money is not coming out of my regular budget. I'll still be able to put that $25 towards debt because this was money that wasn't our typical budgeted money. So yeah, I justified it a little bit, but it was delicious and I don't regret it a bit. So I don't get to color in one of my pizzas for February. I'm okay with that. Chicken, chicken, and chicken. Alrighty then. I bought chicken as well. I think I'm going to make like chicken burrito bowls this week. Sounds really good. I used to love reading. Now with going to college and having a toddler, I read when I have to. Oh, that's awful. Isn't it awful when something that you love becomes a have to and then you just don't love it anymore? Meal plan stands, but I have to go shopping tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here, and Sundays shops are closed anyway. Oh, really, Annette? Where are you from? I don't normally make meal plans, but I decided I need to, as I'm almost always caught having not taken meat out of the freezer to thaw. I do that all the time. Even when I meal plan, I often forget to pull the meat out of the freezer, and then it's like 6 p.m. and everybody wants to know what's for dinner, and I have no idea because I neglected to plan. That should be something that's part of my morning routine. Maybe I should make that change so that a lot of times I'll plan for dinner, I'll buy everything, and then I'll still kind of flub it up somehow. My sister-in-law cleans her house before the cleaner comes. See? It's not just me. This week I have a tentative plan. I hope your plan works out for you. I'm only doing it for Gavin's birthday. Oh, that slurping sound was obnoxious. Sorry, you guys. See, all of the comments keep like jumping all the way down to the bottom every time I try to scroll up. I was just going to say it would get you motivated, but I would enjoy having someone to clean with. Ours we leave because otherwise it's kind of awkward. So then someone's just in your house unsupervised. I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know, maybe the ticket is to hire somebody that you know to clean your house. But I don't know anybody who would be willing to do that. And I don't have the budget for it anyway, you guys. I'm mostly just joking, but interesting. You can stay, but you're in the way. So after I felt I could trust them, I left after they arrived, one at a time, not several at once. Okay. There's nothing wrong with saying we ate in 27 out of 28 days. That's a bomb-ass win. Thank you, Victoria. I decided I wasn't going to beat myself up over it. The same way that I sat down and prepared every week by putting that money in my envelope just in case we needed to eat out. I think the fact that all $100 that we typically budget for eating out in a month is going straight towards debt, I think that's definitely a win. Sorry that there's all kinds of noise going on. My husband keeps coming in and out. He's cleaning up the yard. It's beautiful out today. And in the winter, everything just gets trashed out there. So he's kind of cleaning everything up and cleaning out our shed a little bit. Let's see. Janice, you sound like me, but my hubby will change his mind. So he just has to wait however long it takes to unthaw. Oh, you're in Germany and all the shops are closed in where you are on Sundays. That's awesome. I wish that we did that here. I know it would be incredibly inconvenient, but then not as many people would have to work on a Sunday. I think that would be lovely. My tip with the meal plan is don't plan the day. Just be sure to plan at least 5 meals 2 days for leftovers or fend for yourself for eating out. Also at least one easy meal in case things get crazy. That's exactly how I do it. I plan out 5 or 6 meals depending, because we don't always have leftovers. I have boys who literally will eat through absolutely everything. So we do one night where we fend for ourselves. We call it a yo-yo night. You're on your own. And then we do leftovers or whatever. I always like to make sure that we have that one day where I don't plan a meal. That way, if we do have leftovers, they get eaten, so nothing is going to waste. And I just choose what meals we're going to have throughout the week. And then on that day, I'll pick and choose from that list of meals. So I know next week I'm going to have burrito bowls. I know next week I'm going to have country fried steak, this, that, and the other. And then that day, whatever sounds good from that list, that's what I'll make. And then I also keep things like frozen pizza on hand for when the plan gets derailed, because it happens every week without fail that something goes wrong or something comes up. And so that's how we combat that. And that has saved us from eating out multiple times this month. Just having something easy and quick in the freezer for those days when we just get busy. I do pick up the night before because I would rather them spend the time deep cleaning versus pick up items from the floors and counters. And see, the thing that I hate the most about cleaning my house is the pick up and put away and the declutter. I don't mind like the deep cleaning, the scrubbing, the dusting, the mopping. It's the pick up and put away part I hate. If I could hire somebody just to do that, I mean, I guess that's what I have kids for. But that's the thing I hate the most, because we live in such a small home and there's so much clutter all the time, and we don't have permanent places for a lot of things. So a lot of times it's just stuff getting picked up and moved and put somewhere else until we need to use that space, and then that stuff gets picked up and moved somewhere else. That's just too much stuff, not enough house. And we've kind of gotten rid of a lot of things over the years to combat that, but we have more stuff than space. And so there's a lot of picking up, putting away, relocating, decluttering every day, and I just hate it. Someday I'll have a home big enough where everything will have a place and a space, and I won't have to do that. But for now, it's just endlessly frustrating for me. I have to get organized. 2 jobs for me, 2 jobs for her, so I need to keep myself straight. Janice, you are a rock star with that. You work so hard. I cannot imagine. I have a plan to make pulled pork sandwiches this week. Oh, Krista, that sounds good. Gotta find the right size pork shoulder to fit in my crock pot, though. Yum. My husband does a pulled pork on his wood pellet smoker that is to die for. And I've just decided that next week we're going to add that to our list of meals because that sounds amazing. I've done it in the crock pot too, and that it's super easy and quick that way. But nothing beats my husband's pulled pork on his smoker. I'm having pizza. Jets, come to me. That's where we should have ordered from, is Jets. Jets Pizza. Oh, so good. We went with a little local place here. They have a like deep dish Chicago style pizza, which is to die for. And that's what we had, and it was good. Oh my goodness. She fell on the ice at work and passed out. Oh, Janice. I'm so sorry. I'm glad she's okay. Ugh. I love cleaning for other people, just not for myself. Must be the always wanting to help in me. Well, honey, anytime you want to come help, I can put you to work. We've had the same person for years. Yeah, I guess it's a matter of just finding someone that works well for you and that you can trust. Glad it's mild. My brother fell 3 weeks ago on ice and broke his foot. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. It's awful. Plus, he already suffers from seizures, had a stroke at 27 years old, and 2 brain aneurysms. Oh my God. Oh, Erin, I'm praying for him. That's terrible. They come once a month, and it's made a huge difference in this full-time working mama. We made it a part of our budget, and it's so helpful. I told my husband when we are in a house and settled and situated, I want to have somebody come in once a month, or maybe not even monthly, maybe just like seasonally, to do like a thorough deep clean. And that's definitely something I will budget for and will gladly pay for, because I love a clean space. I absolutely love a clean, tidy home, but I hate having to do it. I have a herniated disc in my back, so a lot of times it's really hard for me. I get into a lot of pain when I'm doing like deep cleaning. My kids help out a ton, but they're kids. They just don't do things to the same standard. So I would love to have someone come in to help me out with that. Right now, our home is so small that I can keep up with it, but when we have more square footage, I'm definitely going to need help. It just is what it is. Let's see. Same. I like cleaning for other people. There have been times where I catch myself tidying up at a friend's house. I'm not trying to be rude, I swear. Tonight is definitely eat out. Chinese takeout for Rachel's birthday, plus the cheesecake and a shrimp ring I bought her at her request. I was so glad to get to church in person today. First time in months. Oh, that's wonderful, Janice. Doesn't that feel great? That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Hi, everyone. February, we did most of the month eat from freezer and pantry and saved over $200 from January to February. That's awesome, Patty. Congratulations. Every Sunday and holiday shops are closed. Since that is what I know, it is okay. Bakeries are open and some small convenience stores. Okay, yeah, that works. That works out great then. Love Yo-Yo Night. Great nickname. Thank you. I cannot take credit for that. I heard someone else say that. Miss Gold Girl here on YouTube called it that, and I immediately took over on it because I thought that was such a great term. Let's see. I could come over. I don't mind picking up. You can do my scrubbing. Jets on March 7th. You've already got it penciled in, Chrissy. I love that. I'm doing a whole chicken in the crock pot one day this week. Lasagna, meatloaf, and pork chops. Takeout tonight and leftovers on another night. That sounds delicious. We do whole chickens most of the time, either on my husband's grill or in the air fryer, which is delicious that way. I tend to like cleaning for others better too. I think it's a consensus. Something about helping out someone else feels good. Plus, it's not your stuff and your mess. Makes sense to me. Praying for your daughter, Janice. Meal plan sounds good. I made meatloaf yesterday, so leftovers for hubby today. I'm going to have to add meatloaf to my list too. I haven't made meatloaf in a really long time. We are currently looking for a new church home. The politics in our old church just got to be too much with the money ruling the church instead of it being led by God. Oh, I hope you find a good fit for you. 6 a.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. Love watching your budget videos. I missed 2 live videos because of the time difference. Glad I can watch this. Well, thank you for joining us. Australia, that's amazing. Is it wonderful there? That's on my bucket list of places to visit someday, even though I likely never will because, as I've mentioned before, I'm terrified to fly. When I do my crockpot chicken, I make my own spice rub for it. Oh, Janice, that sounds good. Is that something you might be willing to share in the Facebook group? I'm always looking for new recipes. Tonight is crockpot lasagna. Tomorrow is a whole ham, mashed potatoes, and peas. That sounds great, too. You guys are making me hungry. It's almost lunchtime. I should have eaten lunch before I sat down to chit-chat with you guys, but I was too busy playing with my video game. So we're going to be wrapping this live up. Oh, yeah, definitely, because we've been chit-chatting for over an hour. So, yeah, if you guys have any last-minute comments or questions, get them in now, because I'm ready to go eat. What am I going to have for lunch today? I have no idea. We have to go pick up groceries at 3. The cupboards are pretty bare, so I'm going to have to scrape something together. I'm not sure what. I'm the only one that usually goes to our church. A lot of it is our work schedules, but also it's not necessarily Rachel's choice, but at 21, she can choose where she wants to go if she would rather. Yeah, church isn't for everyone, and you definitely don't have to be in a church for God to hear you, if that's your belief, so. We used to go to church regularly, and then it sort of was like an Easter and Christmas thing, and now we don't really have the time for it at all. But, like I said, you don't have to be in a church for God to hear you. And yes, I'll share my spice rub idea in the group. Great. I cannot wait. It was great. Thanks for taking the time. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. It seemed like extra fun today for some reason. I'd love your thoughts on the Switch after you get to test it out for a little bit. I'm debating getting one, but not sure if it's worth it. Is it Adriana or Adriana? I'm not sure how to say your name, but so far I'm loving it. I know I've only had it a day. I only have one game for it, but I love the idea of being able to play at home or take it with me on the go. I'll be able to take it to and from my camper with no issues. I'm thrilled with it so far. It's an investment. It's pricey, but I think it's worth it so far. Like I said, it's only been a day. I wish the games weren't so expensive. That's my maybe one criticism. But video games in general, I feel like are pretty expensive. So, and it's almost like a 2-for-1 because you can play it at home or on the go. So really, it's not all that expensive, I guess, if you think about it that way. We have a Switch, but dock in our room just for Hulu and YouTube. On TV, my kids have smart TVs, but bummed they got rid of Netflix. Oh, yeah, that's a bummer. All right, friends. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you all have an amazing week and that March starts out with a bang for you all. If you have not yet joined the Facebook group, it's Jwhackers, Fans and Friends. We can chit-chat about our March goals there. I would love to have you. We have so much fun in there. Please, if you haven't joined yet, go do that. I'd love to chat with you there. Thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for lots of budget videos coming this week. All my videos lately are budget videos. I swear I'm going to get to other content, but right now I'm just like hardcore focused on the budget. So that's what I've been filming about. But there will be vlogs and stuff coming in March, I hope. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Love you guys. Take care.